Overall, so I'm going to start cleaning up this microwave, this oven here. Got the top off, the top's are nice and rinsed clean and scrubbed, that's nice and clean now. I've kept the paperwork out of it, it's pretty cool. It's a made by Litton. Litton's a manufacturer, made in Japan. I thought it was all made by Panasonic National, but it's not. Big drum fan, and the magnetron's up there, and the waveguide goes through the roof. There's a waveguide's in there and shoots downwards. The capacitor, tested fine, there's no PCBs, it's an Airwave Vox 1 microfarad. No PCBs, says on the front of it. Just going to clean it all up now. There's a big mite, which yeah, I'm not going to destroy it. That's a nice big old mite, that one. It's a Litton brand magnetron. Litton microwave cooking type 2M167 M14. Part number 33360. Made in Japan. There we go. There's a discharge resistor down there. A big drum fan with a nice motor on it there to keep the magnetron cool. There's a ding ding. Your power level there. Looks like a rheostat. I think that's actually a rheostat. That's a big rheostat. It looks like a variac or wire around resistor. I've got to make a repair. I've got the little clip that holds the door shut, but the top one's broken. That spring snapped off, and that goes under and clicks on there like that. Then pops up when you push the door open. Closes alright, still closes flush. You want to push a door, yeah, it's not very lubricated though. The whole thing goes down. There we go. You see how it works there when you open the door, it pushes the whole lot down. If I try and get another one of these springs from somewhere, the same as that, and that goes in the top, which goes up under here somewhere, over there. There we go. On there it came off. Goes on there. It still closes alright. I've got a fluorescent tube and hold it near it. If it lights up, I got microwaves escaping. But it shouldn't be a problem. I want to clean this all out and give it a test. What a quality microwave oven. Pretty much the Chinese are the only ones making microwaves now. There is LG and Samsung and Panasonic, but the major manufacturer now is Whitehall and some other just generic Chinese manufacturers making these pretty much for free. But look at the quality there. Now I think there's a no, the wave just comes out of here, shoots out of here. It's supposed to be a cooling fan or something to swirl things around, I think, or is it, I don't know. I'll pull it apart further. But the paint's seen better days. But the waves come out of here. It shoots out of here, the waves. It shoots downwards on your food. Rather than out the side like where the microwaves use nowadays. A bit of a hole where a hook was, but it's hopefully Faraday caged. But it should be right with the cover back on it, because it had these little hooks on there. Which the back one's missing. I think I got the shelf for that. Let me just have a quick look. A shelf, but it's about 1 inch too wide. It's not from this one. The seal was in pretty good condition. It makes good contact around here. Oh, look how big those holes are there. Right again. Those cooling holes, it's got a bit of plastic over it. And there's your light bulb. Look at the size of it. Jesus, that's a 25 watt. Oh, I'll get a close look at that. That's an interesting bulb, which you can't get anymore. I can't get this thing moved out the way. What brand is that bulb? Turn a light on here. No, the filament's unfortunately blown. Yeah, the filament's gone. Oh, it's a Sylvania. Sylvania 25 watt, 250 volt. That's an unusual bulb, which I think it's not non-replaceable. Oh, it is. Yeah, she's gone. Look at that bulb. That's an interesting bulb, isn't it? Which you can get to by taking this off here. This pops out, and this comes out. And it's serviceable without taking the whole unit apart. Now that's quality there. This is when stuff was made to be repaired. But the size of those holes there, you can see how big those holes are there. Same size as this hole in here, which should not be a problem. So I'm definitely going to run it with the cover on. But we'll see how we go. I'll run the fluorescent light test to be on the safe side, just so I don't go blind. But I'm going to clean this up and go from there. Okay viewers, I need some more repair work here. This spring is actually pretty important because when I open the door, the whole thing slides down. It's going to pop right back up and hit the middle switch and that switch and the switch at the top all at the same time to engage the interlock. Now if you lubricate it a little bit, when I close it, I force it, there we go, force it up because it got stuck. This microwave is not going to work otherwise unless I do that. You see that switch has hit that. The door physically, hook of that door physically presses into the switches. You can see there, it's physically engaged. Now it's going to work. See, I can't hit that switch. The device cannot work unless those switches are all overloaded by the door being closed. I have to improvise some kind of a spring mech for this. So I really need to just have a spring to help it along, and this is broken. How am I going to do that? It's a unique spring, I haven't got a replacement for it. Maybe put a bit of a spring up here or something, or on the bottom. This is an ordinary coil spring or something. Improvise something on the bottom of that that still allows it to go down all the way to open the door and spring up enough to engage the safety so it works. No, the switches aren't pressed. Yeah, see, I've got to fix that. This thing's not going to work otherwise. Other than that, she's coming along quite well. Got to fix that motor, it's stiff. Okay, it's all cleaned up. I've managed to repair the spring interlock. Brilliant, that works really well. I'll put another spring in there and fix that, clean it all up. Another observation I made in the cord here, moulded plug. Made by a company called Electrocord. Gardena, California, USA. 7.5 amp, 250 volt. S/86. There we go, an American made cord and plug top. An American 220 volt plug top actually. Yeah, that's an American 220 volt plug top. 7.5 amp, 250 volt. There we go, eh? Cord isn't good nick. But it's got a good seal on the door, so let's give it a test. Got a cup of water in there. Set that on there. 100% power. Oh, that's a bit of a heavy juicer. Yeah, my inverter don't like that. How much power is that use? More than 600 watts. That pulls more than 600 watts. Oh, my bloody voltage of the battery's not even charged. 11.5 volts isn't going to run it, is it? Let me get a new, yes, low battery voltage. Oh, let's try it now. Got a little circuit breaker there. I'm going to replace it with an RCBO. This is the portable RCD station when I finish with that. That's the next project. Running off the grid now. Let's try it. It's working. There's water in there. Not lighting up, which is a good thing. Test you got to do. Good airflow there. the bulb don't light up, that's a good sign. There's no microwaves escaping, because you see this light up like a candle effect on it, even slightly, which I can't see anything, which is good. Can't see much anyway because the bulb's blown, but okay, well, she's working. Let's see if it's warming up the water. Yep, that works. Yep, that's working nicely. Oh, what a good worker. She's a runner. That works quite well. Now to clean it up and repaint it. Huh, it works very well. And clean up that just a muck now. But my repair has worked successfully. Just smells of this lubricant. It got a bit crazy with that. That stuff smells like fly spray. Another observation I made, this is aluminium, not plastic. Wow. Did a bit of research online, and this actual Litton, this Litton brand was actually an American, sold in America. Rank was just the Australia, like Rank Arena, the Australian version. But it's a Litton microwave, which is a 1981, 1980, this, in that era, somewhere around in that era, this was manufactured. Which is really well made. The microwave oven concept was invented just after World War II. The earliest experiments were in the 1930s with old valve radio transmitters. But the actual first domestically available microwave, the most affordable one, was actually when this was actually manufactured in the late 70s, mid to late 70s. In the early 70s, only commercial kitchens could afford to have a microwave oven. But by the late 70s, early 80s, these are becoming affordable for domestic households to use. This is a pretty old, yeah. This would have cost a lot of money back in its day. You can just feel it in the quality how this thing's built. This thing's built to last. Weighs a ton. You can pretty much pick up a microwave for $30 now out of China. It's amazing how shit quality they've become, how cheap they've become. I'm going to clean this thing right up. I'm going to use this in my daily driver, I think. Works quite well. Clean it very well. There's an American, how does it say it here? Microwave has been designed and tested for compliance with the US Government Department of Health, Education and Welfare. 21 CFR Subchapter J Performance Standards for microwave ovens. Manufactured under one or more of the following US patents. And there's all the American patents. Look at that, eh? Licensed under US patent number 3396342. Oh, date manufactured, date of fabrication. Oh, I can't see it. It's rubbed off. It's not filled out. Who inspected it? They put your initials on it. There's nothing on that date of manufacture written on it. They didn't fill it out. I couldn't get a date on this. I'm pretty sure it's late 70s, early 80s. I reckon it to be about 1979. I reckon 1978 or 79. Because I have got a microwave in my storage from 1981 which has a turntable, more modern layout than this one is. This magnetron pointing up and shooting out that way is a 1970s design. Okay viewers, well I've used this water to clean the microwave up. It was actually 60, I measured it, it's about 60 degrees Celsius. It worked pretty damn well quickly, this microwave. Another observation, I've got a glass base. A glass tile for a floor. Non-stick. Look at that. A glass tile for a floor. Wow. Now I'm just going to repaint and take off the old paint and repaint the inside of this. Smells though. Of course it smells. Someone's had a go at painting it before. I'm going to take all this off, clean it up and respray the inside. This is a nice microwave. It works very well. Got some power. I've got to get a water meter hooked up to it. I wonder what the power rating is. There's no power rating on it. Would have been on here, the sticker, that's long gone. It's quite large. Cooking power is probably about 1200 watts, I reckon. It's quite a deep, large cavity actually. You can put a lot in there. I'm not sure if we actually did have a steel shelf, although it is separated with plastic, so I can't touch anything like the sides. In a normal microwave, you can put metal in there. If it touches the sides, it'll spark. This in particular might actually have a metal shelf isolated where there's plastic. You put stuff on top and underneath it. But I couldn't ever find it anyway, so it's not important anyway. I could just use anything. But it's cleaned up. I got the muck out of it. That seal's in good condition. There we go. Got to wait for it to free itself up. That's holding quite nicely. I'm quite happy with how this has worked out. This thing works extremely well. Cleaned up quite well. Half an hour is a max that we can go on that. Defrost mode, it's to the detent stop. That's actually like a variac, a wire around resistor rheostat. The neon works. It's got some power, this thing. I'm going to keep it as a good food cooker. I'm not going to abuse it and cook things I shouldn't be cooking in it. It's too good for that. It's an extremely well made microwave. The feet are gone. I'm going to put new feet on it. They've rotted off. But there we are. A Litton meal-in-one. Anyway, I'm happy with how it worked out. What a good score. You don't see microwaves this old rarely now anymore. It's very hard to find microwave ovens this old. Especially this one here is still ready to go back in service. Anyway, thanks for watching. Next long-term project's probably going to be this TV. It does work, just as a vertical collapse and scratchy audio and everything else. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.